your finalist in Class A. It'll be Blake Fruchtel of Grand Island meeting Jake Miller of Millard South. In Class B, Zach Cottle of Omaha Scott Catholic takes on Jordan Lovesey of Gehring. In Class C, it's Shawn Nagel of Kimball, the unbeaten junior, meeting Karl Bonner of Battle Creek. And in Class D, Craig Dennis of Osmond takes on Justin Toppenheim of Amherst. And Toppenheim, also unbeaten. He is 41-0, a junior. Had a big win in the quarterfinals as he knocked off the second-ranked wrestler, Scott Kester of Neely Oakdale, who was in the finals last year. So Toppenheim of Amherst is an unbeaten junior. Is really going to be interesting to watch. He'll have a pretty good match with the third-ranked wrestler, Craig Dennis of Osmond, who is a senior at 35-6.
112 pounds in all classes. ABCD this year is perhaps the toughest of all the weights. In and out in the semifinals, Shawn Nagel wrestled defending state champ Jordan Forbes from Newman Grove, and it was a great match. Nagel wins that. This is his third trip to the finals. A great young man of Washington Mountain Districts. Very aggressive. I think this kid could be a college wrestler in 2 years.
Meanwhile, Blake Fruchtel of Grand Island, our only freshman in this weight class, he has only lost once this year, 41-1. He's facing the second-ranked wrestler, Jake Miller of Millard South, who has only lost once as well. Meanwhile, we have points very quickly in Class D. Going to work in a hurry is Craig Dennis of Osmond.
He's on the bottom down.
Yeah, I had it the other way around.
Justin took him down and thrown him right to his back, going for the pin early. Amherst, of course, second in the team title. Got a little too high, got flipped over. That's a good 5-0, 5-2 lead starting out the first period.
Nice counter back by Dennis of Osmond, but Toppenheim of Amherst has been really tough this year. He placed fourth at state last year as a freshman.
In one of the best semifinal matches last night, Zach Cottle of Omaha Scott defeated Nate Morgan from McCook in a quadruple overtime. As far as you can take a match out, and he wins the match on just a fantastic match. Cottle, four-time state finalist, first, second, first. Great accomplishment. Very few four-time state finalists in the state of Nebraska.
And I think that was Morgan's first loss of the year.
Yes, it was. He was a state runner-up last year as well and came back to get third today.
We got points going on in Class C. It's now a 2-1 lead for Shawn Nagel of Kimball, the 40-0 junior, who was a state champion last year, placed second his freshman year. So he is a third-time finalist as well. Mighty tough, and has that 4-1 lead now over Karl Bonner of Battle Creek, who's 31-4 at junior.
In Class A, Miller and Fruchtel from Grand Island. These guys split earlier in the year. There's no score right now. Freshman versus a returning state champ.
Tannenbaum of Amherst has Craig Dennis of Osmond in trouble and gets the pin. Your state champion is Justin Toppenheim of Amherst.
And Dennis from Osmond came in with 3 straight pins himself. And Toppenheim takes him down and dominates him in the first period, gets the pin when he's up 8-2. Strong history of great wrestling out of Amherst.
Quickly recapping the other matches in Class A. No score yet between Fruchtel of Grand Island, Millard of Millard South. Meanwhile, in Class C, we have a 4-3 lead now. That is really tightened up, and it's Shawn Nagel Kimball with just a 1-point lead over Karl Bonner of Battle Creek as they enter the second period. In Class B, a stoppage right now, and it is a 2-0 lead for Zach Cottle of Omaha Scott, the 2-time state champion, tried to be a 3-time state champ.
He's taking on Jordan Lovesey, who was third in state last year out of Gehring, and his coach Jimmy Rhodes in the corner, building a strong program and a strong powerhouse out there in western Nebraska. Lovesey, another three sport letter winner in soccer and football, all-around athlete, and a 4-0 student.
Meanwhile, Fruchtel of Grand Island scored a point in his match with Jake Miller, Millard South in Class A, and so it is a 1-0 lead for Blake Fruchtel. And boy, this Class C match is really getting exciting, as now it's a takedown for Shawn Nagel of Kimball, so he jumps out to a 3-point lead, leading at 6-3 with 1:10 to go second period. We are tied at 2s in Class B, just entering the second period, between Cottle and Lovesey.
Good close match there. Cottle again, he placed in state in powerlifting. He's a cross-country runner, state, and qualified for state there. So a lot of folks think Scott wrestlers, all they do is wrestle. This young man is lettered in several sports and more than one state medal.
Still a 1-0 lead in Class A for Blake Fruchtel of Grand Island, the freshman who's only lost one time this year. And Jake Millard of Millard South has only lost once. Miller has medaled twice so far. He placed sixth his first year down here, and then was a state champ last year. And Fruchtel has yet to medal since he's just a freshman.
Spoke with Jake Miller and his coach last night and asked him, what else do you do besides wrestle? And he goes, nothing. I just wrestle. Love that attitude.
We're under 30 seconds to go in Class C, and it's a 6-3 lead for Shawn Nagel of Kimball, trying to get his second state title. He had a big match in the semifinals, knocking off Jordan Folks in Newman Grove. I think Jeff mentioned that earlier.
Great victory. Now he's trying to get some back points off Donner.
He's only got about 6 seconds to work with, so he'll have to try to hurry, but able to get out of there was Karl Bonner. And that is the end of the second period, and it's a 6-3 lead for Shawn Nagel of Kimball as we look at Class C. Now looking at Class A, it is a 1-0 lead yet for Blake Fruchtel of Grand Island, as that has been just a kind of a very tight, hard-fought match so far, as they are in the third period. Only 1 point has been scored.
Bonner from Battle Creek trying to become a state champ. Battle Creek's had 3 state champions, but they've all been heavyweights, so he'd be a lightweight to get a state title. One of those young kids, and you're going to see this throughout the afternoon, Steve. One of the several young men that went to the Disney duels representing the state of Nebraska in a national competition, and is paying off. That summer wrestling makes these kids winter champions.
Well, there's a stoppage right now in Class B. They're about to get that underway. And I tell you what, Jordan Lovesey giving Zach Cottle all he wants. And you got to think if they would go into overtime, that would be tough for Zach, since he had that triple overtime last night.
And Lovesey's got a big motor on him. He's got a little brother that's a wrestler as well. They keep each other and push each other all the time.
Well, Shawn Nagel in Class C is at it again, trying to get some back points, but going back door is Karl Bonner, trying to get a reversal on him, and does so. Nice job by Bonner. And makes it a 6-5 score. That was a big reversal. Minute 11 to go, third period in that Class C match. 34-second second period in Class B, where they're tied at 2-2. And in Class A, a minute to go, third period, and still just a 1-0 lead for Fruchtel of Grand Island.
Yeah, these 3 remaining matches are barn burners right now. Every kid wants to win. They're really tight. 1-0 lead, 6-5 lead in C, and 2-2 in the second period in that Class B match.
And now in Class C, Karl Bonner gave an escape to Shawn Nagel to try to get him in a position to get a takedown and tie the match up. But he's now trailing at 7-5 with 43 seconds to go, third period. In Class B, still tied at 2 with 11 seconds to go, second period, and only 25 seconds to go in the Class A match in the third period.
Fruchtel doing a good job. Going to ride. If he rides him out in the last 20 seconds, he's going to win the state title 1-0. They are going to give him a stalling call and give Millard South, returning state champ, 1 point for stalling. Ties the match up with 18 seconds left.
That'll go down to the wire. We're down to just 18 seconds to go, Class C, and still a 2 point. And now scoring 2 more points was Shawn Nagel. So Shawn Nagel is going to win the state title.
His second state title and third time to be a state finalist, all the way out from western Nebraska and Kimball, Nebraska.
And that's it. 9-5 victory for Shawn Nagel of Kimball in Class C to win the state title at 112 pounds.
And Class A goes into overtime. 1 minute overtime. First takedown wins this. Both guys on their feet, tied 1-1. And in Class B, it's a 3-2 lead for Lovesey, and Cottle takes down. Lovesey's going to let him up, give him the 1 point, and they'll start on their feet to start the third period, all tied up 3-3.
What's the strategy behind that, Jeff? They just feel like they're better on their feet?
Yep, instead of wasting time trying to get him, see how he can ride him, he's going to let him go right away and get on his feet, get that 2 point lead instead of a 1 point lead.
So they're in overtime in Class A.